In the last class, we have learnt about process costing. We have learnt about which one? Process costing. When process costing is followed, when a product passes through multiple stages of operation. Okay, so each process will have a distinct, manufacturing. Every process will have a separate output. Every process will have its own production or output like that. For example, in case of textile industry, the first process we call it as ginning process. The first process we call it as which process? Ginning process. So the first process is ginning process where you put in raw cotton and get the pure cotton. Second process is called as spinning process where you get the pure cotton converted into thread. Then we do tailoring work. We call it as weaving work where we get the cloth. Then we convert into ready-made products. Raw material, raw cotton passing through 4 different processes. Here is where process costing method is applied. You will have multiple stages of manufacturing. Output of the one process becomes input of the next process. Then the output can be either sold or can be further processed. You can sell yarn, or you can convert into cloth and sell, or you can convert to ready-made and sell like that. Each process will have a separate method of work. We want to find out cost at each stage. What is the cost per kilogram of pure cotton or yarn or cloth like that? We want to find out. We want to decide whether to make the material in the factory or buy it from outside. Whether to further process, for example, shall we sell it as cloth or convert into ready-made or not? That decision we want to take. And in process, unavoidable thing is loss. Input will not be equal to output. Weight of the input will not be equal to output. We want to identify what is a normal loss or abnormal loss, and we want to have a cost control. For that, we do all these things. We have seen elaborately in the last class, just I'm running through or going through. Look at this information. There is a raw material input, labor and overhead spent. This is also done in the last class. Normal losses, 10% of input can be sold at 2 per kg. Case 1, output is 4,500 kilogram. Case 2, 4,200 kilogram. Case 3, 4,700 kilogram. Simple. Material labor overheads for total 5,000 kg, 44,000. Normal losses, 10%, unavoidable. That can be scrapped at $2, which means $1,000 you will get. So what is the cost of normal production? For 4,500 kg, 43,000. So cost per unit will be based on this normal production. 43,000 divided by 4,500, you get 9.55556. So inventory always will be valued based on normal cost of production. If there is a further loss, for example, if the output is 4,500 kg, no problem. What is the normal production? 4,500 kilogram. What is the actual production? 4,500 kilogram. So cost of production will be 43,000. If the output is only 4,200 kilogram, normal production expected is 4,500. So normal expected is 4,500, but we got only 4,200. Already we provided for normal loss. We expected 4,500, we got only 4,200, means there is an abnormal loss. How to value abnormal loss? 300 kg into 9.55556. So the balance will be assigned to cost of production. Sir, what will it do with abnormal loss? It will not be charged to customer. It will not be added to inventory value. It will be charged to P&L account. It will be charged to P&L account. Like a loss, the company should bear the loss. If the output is only 4,700 kg, then you are getting more than the normal production. Expected production is 4,500. Okay, we are even avoiding its normal loss. Simple. There is an abnormal gain. We should have got 4,500 kg, but we got how much kg? We got how much kg? So, So if there is production is more than the normal production, the production is more than the normal production, we call it as abnormal gain. Abnormal gain will be added. Otherwise, cost of production will be based on 4,700 into 9.55556. From this, you should understand always to the customer what is charged is, or inventory what is included is only the normal production. Only the normal production is included. If there is any abnormal gain or loss, the company will take it as a profit or loss. Let the production be 4,500 kg, or let the production be less than that or more than that. What is going to be assigned will be 9.556, which is your normal cost of production. Look at this question. This we have done as an additional question for practice. Clear? Raw material input is 25,000 for $42,000. Labor cost and overheads is given. Actual output is 21,000 units. Normal loss is 5%. Scrap rate is 2.5. This also we have done in the last class. Material plus labor plus overheads, 25,000 costing $69,000. Normal loss is unavoidable. Eliminate normal loss. 1,250 into 2.5, you get how much? 3,125. Cost of normal production is this much. So, what is the cost per unit? 65,875 minus 23,000 divided by 23,750. You got 2.77368. If you look at expected production is 23,750. Actual production is 21,000. So, there is an abnormal loss. Loss beyond the normal loss, we call it as which one? Abnormal loss. Cost of abnormal loss proportionately valued and transferred to P&L. Then actual output, if you look at the cost, will be charged at the same rate, 2.77368 like that. Abnormal loss, after deducting the scrap value, it will be charged in your income statement. This also we have done in the last class. Then we moved on to the next one, where we are going to continue today. Look at this example. This we have done in the last class, but just to recollect. Garment factory material is issued for 10,000 shirts. How many shirts? 10,000 shirts costing $1,25,000. We spent on labor and overheads. There is no process loss means, no normal loss, no abnormal loss. By the end of the month, we find 500 shirts which are 100% complete, remaining is 50% complete. Can we allocate the cost like equal proportion? Out of 10,000 shirts, 5,000 shirts is work in progress, remaining 5,000 shirts are incomplete. So can I allocate the cost like 1:1 ratio? If you allocate the cost, both finished goods and raw material, that is WIP, will have the same cost. That is why we introduce a concept called as equivalent production. 5,000 shirts 100% complete, remaining 5,000 shirts 50% complete. If you allocate in 1:1 ratio, both finished goods as well as WIP will have the same cost. Okay, sir. This is my total cost, 1,80,000. Can I allocate in 1:1 ratio? If I allocate 90 like that, let it be finished goods or WIP, it will have what? The same cost. Here is where we apply equivalent unit. What is equivalent unit? This 5,000 shirts 100% complete is equal to 5,000. This 5,000 shirts 50% complete is equal to 2,500 equivalent completed unit. Incomplete units are equal to 2,500 equivalent units. Totally we have got 7,500 equivalent units completed. Otherwise, this equivalent unit refers to equivalent value of completed units. Equivalent value of completed units. 100% completed, 50% completed. So 1,80,000 divided by 7,500, cost per equivalent unit will be like 24. If you assign the cost, finished goods, 5,000 equivalent units into 24, 1,20,000. WIP, 2,500 equivalent units into 24, 60,000. Now if you work out cost per unit, 1,20,000 is assigned for 5,000 shirts, $24 per shirt. The work is 100% complete, so $24 per shirt. The remaining 6,000 divided by 5,000. That is for incomplete unit. 50% complete, 50% of the cost is assigned like that. So equivalent unit is a tool that is used for assigning the cost. Equivalent unit is nothing but expressing WIP in terms of its equivalent completed value. All these things, of course, we have done in the last class. You can go through the last class video. Up to this, we have done in the last class. Simple. If cost is allocated in 5,000 ratio, both finished goods and WIP will have what? Same cost per unit. What is equivalent unit? 50% completed shirts are equal to 2,500 completed shirts. In this ratio, if the cost is allocated, we will find the finished goods will have the full cost, semi-finished goods will have the proportionate completed cost. Here it is 50% completed, so the value will be 50% of the cost like that. Next part also we have done, just to recollect. Okay, in a process, there can be different equivalent units for different thing. Look at this. Same question, just a replica to understand. Raw material required is 10,000 kg issued for production. Material cost, labor cost, overhead cost is given. There is no process loss, means no normal loss, no abnormal loss. At the end of the month, 8,000 kilogram of product, 100% complete. Remaining is what? 40% complete. If you work out, what will be the material, labor, overhead cost? $375,000. How to assign equal units? 8,000 kg into 100%. Remaining 2,000 kg into 40%. This will be your equivalent unit. What is the cost per equivalent unit? 3,75,000 divided by this 8,800 will give us what? 42.6136 multiplied. For finished goods, 8,000 into 42.36136. For WIP, 800 equal units into 41.6136, you will get the value. Okay, so finding out equal unit, how to do that? It's a practical observation. In a factory, sir, is it 50% complete, 60% complete, 80% complete? The production manager will give the percentage of completion. Based on that, the cost accountant will assign the cost for finished goods and which one? WIP. Okay, so equivalent unit is a tool that is used for assigning costs between finished and semi-finished goods. It's a simple problem that we have done. Apart from that, we have done a problem with a complicated one. What is a complicated one? It is not that you bring raw material, everything is finished. At the beginning of the period, there may be work in progress. For example, let us assume we are in October month. At the beginning of October, we will have which one? Some semi-finished units. Current year we will bring, or current month we will bring what? More raw material to produce. Okay. At the end of the month, there will be closing WIP. So if you look at this also, we have done in the last class. With the normal loss. Normal loss is unavoidable. So equal units for finished goods 7,000 into 100%. For WIP 2,000 into 60%. For normal loss, no equivalent unit. Total equivalent unit, we assign the cost based on that. 3,75,000 divided by 8,200 will give us cost per equivalent unit. Based on that, we will allocate the cost between what? Finished goods and WIP. Normal loss, no cost allocation. Normal loss, no cost is allocated. This also we have seen in the last class. 7,000 units, 100% complete. 2,000 units, 60% complete. What about the remaining 1,000? There is a normal loss. No cost is assigned, no equivalent unit for normal loss. So cost per equivalent unit we work out, then assign the cost between finished goods and semi-finished goods. Normal loss, no cost allocation. Suppose if there is an opening WIP, normal loss, abnormal loss, and how to allocate equivalent unit. This also we had seen. Just to recollect, I am doing all these things. Okay. Input. Opening WIP is nothing but at the beginning of the period, there is a work in progress. We introduce current year fresh raw material. Output. The finished goods. Which one you will finish first? Will you finish opening WIP first or will you take current year raw material first? Will you take opening WIP first or current year fresh raw material first? We will first finish opening WIP. Then balance we will take it from which one? Fresh raw material and produce. So there may be abnormal loss or there may be abnormal gain. We do all the work in the current period? For this opening WIP, do we do all the work in the current year? No. Already some part is completed, only the balance part we do in the current year. So for opening WIP, how to assign the cost? If already 40% complete means current year we do the balance work. 100% minus percentage completed already. 100% minus percentage completed already. Balance, we bring the fresh raw material, do 100% of the work and transfer to next process. So finished goods from opening WIP, whatever we do in the current year, that's why 100% minus percentage completed already. For the fresh raw material, we do all the work this year. So 100% of completion we take. Normal loss, no cost is allocated, no equivalent unit. Abnormal loss, they will give you the stage of identifying the abnormal loss, otherwise 100%. Abnormal gain are always good units, we take 100%. Closing WIP, whatever is completed this year, more than the format, it is logical. Finished goods means we manufactured and completed the process. Okay. First we complete the opening WIP, 100% minus percentage completed already means in the last year. So whatever we do in the current year. Fresh raw material we bring and finish means 100% of the work we do in the current year. Normal loss, no equal unit. Abnormal loss, 100% normally we take, otherwise they will specify. Abnormal gain, good units, 100%. Closing WIP, whatever is completed. We have done this question in the last class. Just observe this question, then we'll do it. Look at this. If you look at the input, opening WIP 5,000 units. Current year fresh raw material 25,000 units. From this we are going to continue the class today. I request you to go through this. Opening WIP 5,000. Current year fresh raw material 25,000. What is the output? 22,000. Output means 100% manufactured. First, which one you would have completed? This opening WIP we would have completed this year. Opening WIP first we finished this year. So for the output transferred 22,000, first which one is complete? This 5,000 we complete and transfer. Balance out of 22,000. First we finished opening WIP. Balance we take it from current year fresh units. First you complete the incomplete units, then take fresh raw material and do the work. So 22,000 out of that 5,000 opening WIP means balance 17,000. Then normal loss is given as 10% of current year input, not total input. Current year input 25,000 into 10%. Closing WIP given 22,500 units. It is not tallying. 13. It is not tallying. So the balance is abnormal loss. The balance is abnormal loss. This is units. How to assign equivalent units? Opening WIP, already some work is done. In the current year, what is the work that we do? Already 60% complete means balance 40% of the work we do. That is what? 100% minus percentage done already. This one, we purchased or introduced raw material. We did all the work this period and transferred to the next process means 100% of the work we do in the current period. Normal loss, no cost is allocated. Normal loss, no cost is allocated. Abnormal loss, damaged units. 100% of the cost will be assigned. Closing WIP, whatever we completed this year. 75% complete, that we will assign. So this will be called as equivalent units. This will be called as which one? Equivalent units. That is what? 100% minus percentage done already. 100 minus 60, 40%. Fresh raw material, we do all the work 100% complete. Normal loss, no equivalent unit. Abnormal loss, 100% completed units. Closing WIP, okay, so you get 1875. So totally 23,875 equivalent units are there. Now let us see. Now this is a fresh learning for this class. What is the opening WIP? What is opening WIP? It is valued at 35,000. It is valued at 35,000. Fresh raw material, $1 lakh. Then labor cost. Labor cost. What is the labor cost? $35,000. Overhead cost. Overhead cost, how much? $75,000. This will give us total cost. Less scrap value of normal loss. What is the scrap value of normal loss? 2 rupees per unit. The normal loss can be scrapped and sold at 2 rupees. 2,500 into $2. Okay, $5,000. This will give us cost to be assigned. This will give us cost to be assigned. This is the total cost we have to charge for the equivalent unit. So what is the cost per equivalent unit? What is the cost per equivalent unit? 2,40,000 divided by 23,875 units. This will give us cost per equivalent unit. $10.0524 is the cost per equivalent unit. Using this equivalent unit cost, we'll assign the cost. How to assign the cost? That's what we are going to do next. Okay, simple. What is the equivalent unit for output transferred? 2,000 plus 17,000. How much? 19,000 into 10.0524. Multiply, you will get 19,000 is the equivalent unit into 10.0524. Then normal loss, we don't assign any cost. No cost is assigned. Abnormal loss. What is equivalent unit? 3,000 into 10.524. 0524. This 3,000 into 10.0524. That is cost for abnormal loss. For closing WIP, how much? 1875 equivalent units into 10.0524. This is how the cost is assigned. If you add up, it should come to 2,40,000. So, do you understand what is equivalent unit? Equivalent unit is nothing but equivalent completed value in the current year. Opening WIP, already we have done 60% of work. Current year we do how much? 40% of work. Balance from fresh raw material we take. Wait. I have done a mistake. Opening WIP cost should not be included. Okay. So this is a cost allocated. I have done a mistake here. Wait. Don't take up this answer. I have done a mistake here. I'll redo the working. Please wait. Okay, so this 40% is, why 40%? Already 60% of the work is done. Balance 40% we do it in the current year. Fresh raw material we introduced and did the work. Normal loss, no cost allocation. Abnormal loss, damaged goods. We manufactured, we find that it is damaged. Closing WIP, 75% complete, 23,875 equal units. Don't add opening WIP, please wait. Wait, don't copy, wait. Raw material cost is 1 lakh, labor cost is 35,000, over cost is 75,000. What is the total cost? Total cost is, this is the current year total cost. Scrap value of normal loss. This will give us cost to be allocated, or net cost to be allocated. Then, what is the cost per equivalent unit? What is the cost per equivalent unit? 2,05,000 divided by 23,875. 2,05,000 divided by 23,875. This is the cost per equivalent unit. Based on this, we are going to assign the cost. How to assign the cost? We will see. For output transferred, how many units? Equivalent units? 2,000 plus 17,000. 19,000 into 8.58639. This is the current year cost. With this, we have to add opening WIP. Please understand, all these are current year cost. All these are current year completion. Earlier, I have done a mistake of adding the opening WIP with the current year cost. That is not correct. Why? Because what is the output transferred? 19,000 equivalent units. 19,000 equivalent units into cost per equivalent unit. If you multiply, you get this. Okay. Then here we have taken only current year completion. Already we have completed something. What is opening WIP already completed value? $35,000. That should be included here. So if you do that, then for normal loss, no cost allocation. For normal loss, no cost allocation. For abnormal loss, simple, 3,000 into 8.58639. For closing WIP, 2,500 equivalent units into 8 8.58639. This is how the cost is assigned. I repeat the whole solution in a minute. Please listen. What is opening WIP? 5,000. Current year we introduced fresh raw material 25,000. Total input is 30,000. Total input is 30,000. Output of the finished goods 22,000. First from opening WIP how much? 5,000. Balance from fresh raw material. Always when you manufacture, see, practically observe the production in a manufacturing company. At the beginning of the month or a day, you find some work in progress is there. First you will complete that, then you will take fresh raw material. Totally we completed 22,000. Opening WIP out of that 5,000, balance 17,000 fresh raw material. Normal loss given 10% of current year input. Abnormal loss is a balancing figure for us in this question, because shortage is abnormal loss. Closing WIP is given in the question. Opening WIP, why 40%? I am repeating it again and again because it's a new concept that you must remember for IMA exams. One of the most surely tested area. Already, look at the question, already 60% is completed. Balance 40% we do now. Fresh raw material, we do 100% of the work and transfer. Normal loss, no cost is allocated. Abnormal loss, we manufacture, we find that, okay, it is not meeting the design, or it is not meeting the quality, it is not meeting the criteria. It is already 100% of the work is done. Then we find that it is defective. That is abnormal loss. Closing WIP, current year we have done 75%. Next year this will become opening WIP, where you will take what? 25%. So take the current year cost of production minus scrap value, you get net cost. So cost per equal unit is 8.58639. While assigning the cost, 19,000 into 8.58639 will give us 163,141. This is your current year cost. Please remember, all these are current year completion. Do you understand how 19,000? 17,000 plus 2,000, 19,000 into this cost you will get. Add opening WIP because output transferred includes the value of opening WIP. Normal loss, no cost. Abnormal loss, we assign the cost. Closing WIP, assign the cost based on the equivalent unit. Based on the equivalent unit. I request you to take up this, then we'll proceed. Any doubt in this, please ask. If there is any doubt, please ask. You have to practice multiple questions based on this or in the same model so that you will understand in a better way. Please take up this. In the last class, we have completed up to this part. It's a new addition for us. It's a new addition for us. Short, you will get either, for example, multiple choice question or an essay question or both in the exam. Just keep copying this. This is the next question for you to work. Take up this next question and try. Like this, they will give you data. They will ask you 3 or 4 questions based on this. They will ask you what is the equivalent unit. They will ask you question number 1 maybe what is the equivalent unit. Question number 2 will be what is the cost per equivalent unit. Using FIFO method, what is the cost per equivalent unit they will ask you. And the third question can be what is the cost of output, or what is the cost of normal loss, or what is the cost of abnormal loss. Like that they may ask you questions. So I request you to take up this question, try. I'll give you around 10 minutes of time to try and work out all the 3 steps. First, find out equal units. Second, find out net cost. Third, of course, cost per equal unit, and at the end you assign the cost. Do the same process for this question. I'll give you 15 minutes of time. Those who are accessing the recording, try to solve, get your answer and proceed. I'm going very slow. I'm repeating it again because it is one of the most important IMA concepts, and this is a concept which you have not have learned in your colleges or schools, where we have to go in depth. So that because of that I'm going very slow, and this is short testable area in the examination also. So recorded class students, please pause, solve, then continue. Opening WIP, $10,000 units. Current year fresh raw material will be brought 50,000 units. Total 60,000 units. Finished goods transferred is 48,000. First from opening WIP, which means we finish this first and transfer 10,000 first. Balance 48,000 minus 10,000. Balance 38,000 is out of fresh raw material introduced. Normal loss 5% of total input, 60,000 into 5%. Closing WIP given in the question. Closing WIP 5,000 units given in the question. Balance abnormal loss. How to assign equal unit? Opening WIP already 70% complete, balance 30%. This one we do 100% of the work this year, so we'll take 100% completion. Normal loss, no cost allocation. Abnormal loss, we assign 100% of cost. Closing WIP, whatever is completed this year. This is equivalent units. Fresh raw material cost, how much? $2 lakhs. Labor cost, $42,000. Overhead, $38,000. Total, $1 lakh. This is 2 lakhs. 2,80,000. Scrap rate of normal loss, 3,000 into 3. $9,000. This is your net cost. When you work out cost per equivalent unit, this will be 2,71,000 divided by 47,000. Based on this, we are going to assign the cost. Output transferred. How much transferred? This 3,000 plus 38,000. Don't see units, equivalent units. 3,000 plus 38,000. 41,000 into 5.76596. Add opening WIP value. Why to add opening WIP value? Because opening WIP is finished and transferred to the next process. 45,000 you include. So this value plus this opening WIP is also transferred to the next process. Then normal loss, as usual, no cost is allocated. Abnormal loss, equivalent units are 4,000. 4,000 into closing WIP, equivalent units, 2,000 equivalent units into cost per equivalent unit. This is how the cost is allocated. Please remember, this 2,36,404 is current year cost. We add opening WIP value. We add opening WIP value because that is also included in finished goods transfer to the next process. Instead of using the word finished goods, you can call it as output that is transferred to the next process. So we have done these two questions based on abnormal loss. Next one, we will do based on abnormal gain. We will do based on which one? Abnormal gain. Sir, what is abnormal loss? If there's a shortage, we call it as abnormal loss. What is abnormal gain? If you manufacture more than the expected units. If you manufacture more than the expected units, that is called as abnormal gain. For example, in this question, input was 60,000. Normal loss allowed is 5%. Okay, so if you are able to control the normal loss, or if you are able to get more output than the expected output, that is called as which one? Abnormal gain. We will do a question based on abnormal gain also. Have we taken up this? We will go with the question based on abnormal gain. I request you to take up this question. Opening WIP 25,000 units valued at 54,000, which is 55% complete. Normal loss 10% of total input. Current year raw material introduced, current batch raw material introduced 75,000 units at a cost of 2 lakhs. Output 90,000 units, 80,000, 85,000 units. Scrap rate $1 per unit for normal loss. For normal loss, scrap rate is $1 per unit. Labor cost $58,000. Overhead cost $72,000. Closing WIP 11,000 units, which is 60% down. Try to prepare this table. And tell me, is there any abnormal loss? Please try. Opening WIP, current year fresh raw material totally becomes 1 lakh. First we finish opening WIP. Out of 85,000, first we finish opening WIP. Balance we take from fresh raw material. What is a fresh raw material balance? 85 minus 25, 60,000 we take it. Normal loss given as 10% of total input. 10% of 1 lakh. Closing WIP given 11,000 units. You just add and see. 25 plus 65, 85 plus 10, 95 plus 11. 1 lakh, 6,000 you get. But total is only 1 lakh, which means there is an abnormal gain. Surplus. Abnormal gain, there is a surplus. $25. Abnormal loss is shortage. Abnormal gain is a surplus. Okay. So 25 plus 65, 85 plus 10, 95 plus 11, 1 lakh 6,000 over. But input itself is totally 1 lakh. There is an abnormal gain of 6,000. Otherwise, normal loss allowed is 10,000. But we didn't lose 10,000. Actually, we have not lost this. We got more output. That is called as which one? Abnormal gain. Abnormal gain will be always a surplus unit in output column. Opening WIP already 55% complete means balance 45%. Fresh raw material 100% of the work. Normal loss, no cost allocated. No cost allocation. No equal unit. Abnormal gains are always 100% complete. It will be a minus amount here also. Closing WIP 60% complete. While doing equal unit, be careful. 11,250 plus 60 minus 6,000 plus 6,600, you get what? 71,850. Other things are as usual. Current year fresh raw material cost 2 lakhs, labor cost $58,000, overhead cost $72,000, sale value of normal loss $10,000 into 1, 10,000 into 1. So, what is the cost per equal unit? Simple, 3,20,000 divided by 71,000. Based on this cost per equal unit, cost is assigned, that's it. For output, equal units, 11,250 plus 60,000. Multiplied with 4.45372. Add opening WIP. What is opening WIP value? 54,000. Then normal loss, no cost allocation. Abnormal gain. Abnormal gain. What is abnormal gain? 6,000 units. This is the cost allocated for abnormal gain. 6,000 units into this value. Closing WIP. Closing WIP. 6,600 equal units. Cost is assigned based on cost per equal unit. Please take up this. So whatever we have done is, which method? First in, first out method. First we take opening WIP and finish. Then we take fresh raw material like that. We follow which method? First in, first out. Where we take current cost divided by equal units. Current cost divided by equal unit, we get which one? Net cost. Then we work out cost per equal unit. Based on that, the cost is assigned. Why are we adding opening WIP value with the output transferred? Because the units transferred, this includes opening WIP. So we add opening WIP value. This 54,000 gets added with this value. So you get 371, 328 is the cost of output. Abnormal gain and which one? Closing WIP we got. Sometimes in IMA questions, they will ask you to follow average cost method. What is it? Average cost method. Same problem that we need to take and work out based on which one? Average cost method. So that you will understand the difference between FIFO method and which one? Average cost method. Simple. In average cost method, what we are going to do is, input is same, Current fresh raw material is same. Okay. Output we are not going to classify. Output we are not going to classify. We'll take 85,000 units, 100% complete. That's it. This is called as average cost method, where we take total completion, 85,000 units, 100% complete like that. Okay, we don't classify like FIFO method. Finished goods, that is output transfer to next process. %100% complete. Normal loss as usual, abnormal gain as usual, closing WIP as usual. Then we take equivalent units. How to take equivalent units? Total of all these things. Okay. Then, while assigning cost, it is slightly different. It is slightly different. We take which one? Total completion. So here we'll add opening WIP value also. What is opening WIP value? What is the opening WIP value in the question? 54,000. So the total cost will include cost of everything. Cost of opening WIP plus other things. You get net cost. While working out the cost per equivalent unit, 3,74,000 divided by 85,600. This 85,600 is not current year completion. This is which one? Cumulative completion. This is cumulative completion. I repeat, under average costing method, or while using average costing method, we just see the finished goods output transfer to the next process. We don't classify like FIFO method. Normal loss, no cost, abnormal gain as usual, closing WIP, whatever we completed this year. While working out the total cost, we take current year cost plus opening WIP cost. This is total cost. Net cost divided by equal unit will give us, this is called as average cost. Earlier it was FIFO cost, now it is average cost per unit. So for output transferred, 85,000 equivalent units into this rate. Abnormal gain, 6,000 into this rate. Closing WIP, 6,600 into this rate. Will you add opening WIP? Will you add opening WIP? No. Why? Because already opening WIP cost is included in total cost. Already included in which one? Total cost. Now compare and understand the difference between FIFO and which method? LIFO method. In FIFO method, the output transferred, first we take from opening WIP, balance from fresh raw material. But in weighted average cost method, we just take finished goods output transferred, we don't classify. There, opening WIP already 55% complete means balance 45% completion we take. Here no such classification, 100% we take. This is the first difference. Second difference is, in FIFO method we take current year cost divided by current year equivalent units. But here, opening WIP plus current year cost. Total cost divided by total equivalent units. 100% like that. Total equivalent units we take, we get which one? Average cost. Since already opening WIP is added with current year cost, already opening WIP is added with which one? Current year cost. No need to add opening WIP with the output transferred. For output, 85,000 equivalent units into the cost per unit. This is cost per equivalent unit. For abnormal gain, 6,000 into cost per equivalent unit. Closing WIP 6,600 into cost per equivalent unit, like that we assign. Don't add what? Opening WIP since it is already added. Please take up this. This is using which method? Average cost method. So this problem we have solved using FIFO method and using average cost. One more question we'll do, that is going to be the last question, where we will solve under both the methods. Both the method means both, FIFO method as well as what? Average cost method. We will solve under both the methods. Take up this question. You are going to try this first, then after you try under both the methods, I will give the workings. I will give you around 15-20 minutes of time to do under both FIFO method as well as what? Average cost method. Next question you are going to try. You are going to try all the steps. Work out equal unit, cost for the year, net cost, then find out under both FIFO method and which one? Average cost method. Take up this. Opening WIP is 60% complete. Both FIFO method and average cost method you are going to use and solve for this question. Try to solve, don't wait for my answer. Anyhow, this person is going to solve, wait பண்ணாதீங்க. I request you to solve it. Those who are accessing recording, please ensure to pause the video or stop the video now and try to work out this question, and of course you can verify the answer. First try under FIFO method. that is equivalent units, then cost per unit, then assign the cost like that. Then solve under weighted average cost method. Solve under both the methods, then I will give my solution. First, using FIFO method, we will try. $12,000. Fresh raw material introduced, how much? 88,000. Total input is 1 lakh. Finished goods transferred to the next process is 79,000. First, we finish opening WIP 12,000. 79,000 minus 12,000. 79,000 minus 12,000. Balance current year fresh units we take and process. Normal loss given as how much? 5% of current year input. 5% of current year input. There will be no abnormal gain. We receive. Closing WIP given as 15,000 units. The balance shortage irukku. 1 lakh minus okay. So from opening WIP, already 60% complete means balance 40% we do. This 100% of the work we do. Abnormal loss 100%. Closing WIP given as 70% complete. So this will give us equivalent unit. This will give us which one? Equivalent unit. Okay. Fresh raw material cost. What is the fresh raw material cost? 88,000. Labor cost. What is the labor cost? $25,000. Overhead cost $38,000. Scrap rate of normal loss is given as 0.5 per unit. So what is the normal loss? What is the normal loss? What is the normal loss? 4,400 into 0.5. This will give us net cost. Raw material, labor, overheads, total cost minus scrap rate will give us 4,400. So what is the cost per equivalent unit? Total cost divided by 83,900. So output transferred equivalent unit. This 4,800 plus 67,000, 71,800. 71,800 into 71,800 into 1.77354. Add opening WIP also. Add opening WIP value also here, 12,800. Okay. So output transferred current year cost is 127,340 plus opening WIP value 12,800, 140, 140. Abnormal loss, abnormal loss. What is the equivalent unit? What is the equivalent unit? 1,600. 1,600 into 1.77354. You get this. Closing WIP, 10,500 equivalent units, and this one. Do you understand? For output transfer, this can be called as finished goods. 4,800 plus 67,000. What is the total? 71,800 into 71,800 into 1.77354. We assign the cost. Add opening WIP because output transferred includes opening WIP also. We add it. Here we take only current year cost. We take only current year cost. Abnormal loss abnormal loss 1600 equal units, then multiply. Closing WIP also you multiply. Please take it up. This is equivalent units. This is cost per equivalent unit. So equivalent units multiplied with cost per equivalent unit, we get which one? Total cost. Try under which method? Try under which method? Copy this, then try under average cost method. Please try to work out under which method? Average cost method. You try பண்ணுங்க. Last question style here. Finished goods you don't classify. Just take 79,000. Then with current year cost you take which one? Opening WIP value. That is the difference between FIFO method and which method? Average cost method. Try பண்ணுங்க. This is using which method? FIFO method. Next, using weighted average method. This is same. Here we don't classify. Full 79,000 we take 100% completion. For the finished goods transfer to the next process, we take 100% completion. The next one is, with the current year cost, we add opening WIP value. What is the value of opening WIP? 12,800. Then we work out cost per equivalent unit. 161,600 divided by equivalent units change. 91,100. Don't add opening WIP. Because it is already included in the current year cost. So finished goods transferred, we take 100% completion. Normal loss, no cost is assigned. Abnormal loss as usual now. Closing stock, 70% WIP, 70% complete. So we work out cost per equivalent unit, including the opening WIP. That is why it is called as what? Average cost. Don't add which one? Opening WIP. Please take up this. So why equivalent unit? To allocate the cost properly between finished goods and which one? Work in progress. Finished goods, of course, output first opening WIP, then current year input, like that we classify. In average cost method, no such classification. Cost also. In FIFO method, we take only what? Current cost and allocate. Opening WIP is added with output transfer. Under average cost method, total cost, including opening WIP, we work out the total cost. As usual, we eliminate the scrap value of normal loss. We assign the cost. Since already the opening WIP is included, we don't add which one? Opening WIP separately. The cost is already included here. So based on equivalent units, cost is assigned. Dealer, we have seen what is classification of cost. Okay, fixed variable, mixed cost we have seen. Costing methods, process costing we have seen. Cost of goods manufactured also we had seen. How to assign cost for joint products and byproducts we had seen. We are doing which one? We have done which one in this class? Process costing using FIFO method and which method? Weighted average method like that we had seen. Spoilage is also we had seen. Spoilage is nothing but normal loss, abnormal loss we have done. Okay. You can go through your material later on. All these questions you can go through. They would have worked out total equivalent units. Then they would have worked out cost per equivalent unit. Based on that, they would have assigned the cost. I request you to go through those, FIFO method and which one? Weighted average method like that. You can go through. Spoilage in process is nothing but normal loss or abnormal loss. Clear? Physical units, normal loss and abnormal loss also we have seen. Normal loss as well as what? Normal loss and abnormal loss also we have seen. Normal cost, we don't assign any cost. Abnormal loss, we assign the cost. Abnormal loss, we assign the cost. So you would have seen the benefits, or you can go through the benefits and limitations of which one? Process costing. Okay. So I request you to go through the first 100 pages of material. That is what is covered in the last 4 classes and including this particular class. You can just go through, and definitely this equivalent production, calculation of assignment of cost, etc. and all is one of the most important area for examination point of view. Okay. I request you to revise the notes and as well as go through the previous 2 videos also. I will do one more class based on this equivalent units, because it is a very, very important topic.